As the Stratemeyer Syndicate grew in New York City, Mildred Augustine was growing up far away, in a small town in Iowa. Mildred was born on July 10, 1905. She spent hours playing adventurous games and making up stories with her paper dolls. Like Edward Stratemeyer, Mildred loved to read and write too. When she was 13, she entered her story, The Courtesy, in a contest run by the popular children's magazine St. Nicholas. It was published in the June 1919 issue, announcing she had won the Silver Badge Award. Mildred left her small town for college at the State University of Iowa in 1922. She took classes in the new journalism program that trained students to become writers. She got plenty of practice working for the college newspaper. She also played sports, including soccer, basketball, and swimming. And she was really good at playing the xylophone. After graduation in June 1925, she went to work for the Clinton Herald newspaper. Mildred still wanted to write stories for children. In 1926, she answered a magazine advertisement from the Stratemeyer Syndicate that said it was looking for authors. Mildred met with Edward Stratemeyer in New York City. Soon after, he hired her. While writing books for Stratemeyer, Mildred went back to school to get another college degree in journalism. She also married Asa Wirt and moved to Cleveland, Ohio. Through it all, she kept in touch with Edward. In 1929, when Edward needed a ghostwriter for his new girl detective series, he thought of 24-year-old Mildred Augustine Wirt. He asked if she would be interested in writing the first 3 books in the Nancy Drew Mystery Stories series for $125 each. She said yes. So he sent her his 3.5-page outline for the first book, The Secret of the Old Clock. Mildred wrote a story full of action and suspense, just like Edward wanted. She then wrote the next 2 books in the series, The Hidden Staircase and The Bungalow Mystery. Following Edward's ideas, Mildred helped create a unique girl with an unbelievable talent for solving mysteries. The character Nancy Drew is 16 years old and lives in the town of River Heights. Her father, Carson Drew, is a lawyer. Her mother died when she was little, and so Nancy is in charge of running the household. She does have some help from the family's maid, an older woman named Hannah Gruen. The Drews have plenty of money, and Nancy seems to have few worries. Her days are filled with shopping, visiting friends, going to parties, and running errands for her father in her very own car, a blue convertible known as a roadster. Nancy spends most of her time following clues to solve mysteries. Her curiosity, intelligence, and hard work lead her on adventure after adventure. Nancy's life is nonstop action. Car chases, spy missions, underground explorations. Nancy stands up to criminals and always saves the day. She's so good that the police and her father often come to her for advice. History of Mystery. As more people moved into cities in the 19th century and crime rates went up, police departments needed to hire more crime-solving detectives. Authors began to introduce detectives as characters in their stories, too. The first detective story was written by the American author Edgar Allan Poe in 1841. In The Murders in the Rue Morgue, his detective, C. Auguste Dupin, investigates a murder, gathers clues, and uncovers who, or what, is to blame for a crime. Later in the century, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle created one of the most famous detectives, Sherlock Holmes. Holmes was able to solve his cases by close observation, logical reasoning, and scientific knowledge. Detective stories and novels became even more popular in the early part of the 1900s. In the 1920s, British author Agatha Christie started writing detective mysteries. Since then, her books about Hercule Poirot and Miss Jane Marple have sold more than 100 million copies, and she has become one of the most famous mystery authors of all time. The first 3 Nancy Drew mystery stories were released in April 1930 and used the pen name Carolyn Keene as the author. Before long, readers couldn't get enough of this friendly, clever, and fearless girl detective.